Find out why Sean Clifford is the best quarterback Iowa has yet to face, and find out why this is the biggest game in Iowa Hawkeyes history since 1960. And finally, how you are going to get paid to watch this one. Let's get it.
This is Enough Said Sports.
Guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another preview and prediction here for college football here on YouTube. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day or evening whenever you may be watching this to support us here on YouTube. If you like this content, want even more picks, have more opportunities to make money, please join us on Patreon. The link is down below in the description box. Become a true fan of Enough Said Sports and get the aid your bank account needs. As we move forward here and talk about this matchup, it's going to be the Penn State Nittany Lions going up against the Iowa Hawkeyes Saturday, October the 9th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. The spread in this one is Iowa is favored by 1.5 points right now, and the total is 41 total points. Now, before we talk about what I talked about at the top of the show, which was why I believe Sean Clifford is actually the best quarterback that Iowa has faced, and why this is the biggest game for Iowa since 1960, let's talk about how you are going to get paid to watch this one. This one here, you got James Franklin, head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. They won last time out. They beat Indiana 24-0. They are 5-0. Sean Clifford is the quarterback, 67.3% completion percentage, 8.7 yards per pass attempt, 11 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions, 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and 1 sophomore up front. They do have 2 projected first-round picks in Jahad Dotson at the receiver position and the left tackle Rasheed Walker. Penn State Nittany Lions offensive line is ranked 19th in offensive line efficiency. Defensively, they run a 4-3 set. They do have a couple of first-round picks or a few first-round picks on the defense. You got linebacker Brandon Smith, Tariq Castro, and Jaquan Brisker at the strong safety position. Tariq Castro Fields. Sorry about that. At the cornerback position, and Jaquan Brisker at the strong safety position. All projected first-round picks on that side of the football. Film-wise, when you watched them up against Indiana, they looked very, very dominant. They played the game very well. Sean Clifford did a nice job managing the game, not making any mistakes and doing what needed to be done to win that football game. So kudos to Penn State for playing a nice, clean game versus Indiana. Kurt Frentz is the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes. They are 5-0, coming off a huge victory over Maryland, 51-14. They did that on the road. Very, very impressive. Spencer Petras is the quarterback, 62% completion percentage, 6.9 yards per pass attempt, 7 touchdowns, just 1 interception. Up front, they have 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman at the left tackle position. They do have a first-round projected draft pick in Tyler Linderbaum, the center. He's an excellent lineman for sure. They're ranked 66th in offensive line efficiency in the country. Defensively, they run a 4-3 set. They do have 1 freshman starting on that side at the defensive tackle position. Riley Moss, an excellent cornerback there for Iowa. He's a projected 3rd or 4th round pick. Really, really great player. Definitely love watching him. He jumps off your screen when you watch this defense play. On film, they just looked really, really flawless, man. They did everything right versus Maryland. They turned them over. They attacked them offensively. They just did a great job. Can't take anything away from what the Iowa Hawkeyes were able to do in this particular contest. Now, with all that being said, guys, here's what I got on this game. For a number of different reasons. One, and before I give you my prediction, let me say this. I definitely underestimated Iowa's superpower. And what I mean by that is Iowa is extremely elite at turning the opposition over, okay? That's what they feed off of. That's what they live off of. That's what they've been doing all year long. And they've been doing an amazing job at it, where they've been turning the opponent over with great regularity with that defense. And That's the whole key to this Iowa team is they feed and feast off turnovers. And to beat this Iowa team, you're going to have to beat them. And that means you're going to have to take care of the football. You cannot turn the ball over against this team because they will make you pay for it. They are very, very good and very opportunistic, and they do a great job forcing turnovers. Now, with that being said, one thing that I'll say about that Maryland matchup is I believe that Taulia Tagovailoa was a turnover. Well, I don't have to believe it. I know he was a turnover machine last season. Looked like he had done a much better job cleaning things up this year up until he got into the game with the Iowa Hawkeyes, and then he proceeds to throw all those interceptions. Now, with that being said, I do believe Iowa had a lot to do with that. But I also believe that Maryland had a lot to do with it as well. I do believe Taulia Tagovailoa has a lot to do with it. He just fell back into those bad habits that he had prior to. And quite frankly, Maryland just hadn't played anybody on the level of that Iowa Hawkeyes team, not even close to that level of the Iowa Hawkeyes. And so they took advantage of that, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. What I will tell you about this game, okay, I believe that Penn State's got the edge here. I believe Penn State will not turn the football over. Sean Clifford is very, very good at not doing that. I don't see him taking a lot of chances in this game. I think you're going to see a little bit more on the tame side with Sean Clifford, similar to how he played up against Indiana. Really, really conservative, taking care of the football, because that's what it's going to take to beat this Iowa Hawkeyes team. You're going to have to be able to do that. And I believe that Penn State's they're equipped to be able to do just that against this Iowa Hawkeyes team. Now, to be fair to Iowa, I don't want to take anything away from them. I think they're an excellent, excellent football team. I just believe that when they run up against someone that doesn't make those mistakes, I think they're going to struggle to win that game. So I really believe Penn State's going to get it done here. So I'll take Penn State plus 1.5, and I'll take Penn State on the money line to win this game straight up. And I like the over 41. I think there will be some points scored in this one. That's a really, really low total, and for good reason, because you got two really, really good defenses here. But I still believe it'll find a way to sneak itself over there and get over 41. So to recap, I got Penn State plus 1.5, Penn State to win the game, and Penn State and Iowa going over 41 total points. Now, to talk about what I talked about earlier at the top of the show, where I had mentioned that Sean Clifford is in fact the best quarterback that this Iowa Hawkeyes team has faced, bar none. And the reason why I say that is that Sean Clifford, out of all when I went back and looked at all the matchups that Iowa has had thus far, Sean Clifford by far is the best quarterback that they've faced, in my opinion. Now, I had a couple folks making an argument for Taulia Tagovailoa being the better quarterback between him and Sean Clifford because of Pro Football Focus. I had one individual making a point about the Pro Football Focus rating of Taulia Tagovailoa over Sean Clifford, and this is what I'll say to that. I believe Taulia Tagovailoa, unfortunately, they just hadn't played anyone up until Iowa. Okay, when you look at this Penn State team, they're much more battle tested. They played much tougher opponents than what Maryland played, and I think that has a lot to do with why Sean Clifford's rating is not higher. But when I look at the turnovers and I look at Sean Clifford's history of not turning the football over, that's why I say Sean Clifford is certainly the best quarterback that Iowa has faced thus far. Now, also, to speak on why this is the biggest game since 1960, for all you Iowa Hawkeyes fans, you probably well know the last time you won a national championship was 1960. I believe that if Iowa wins this football game, they are going to the playoffs. When I look at their schedule, there's nobody left on their schedule, in my opinion, that's going to beat them. So this is their game. This is the game. This is the game of all games for Iowa. If they find a way to win this one, they're going to the college football playoffs no doubt about it. And they're going to have an opportunity to play for a national championship for the first time since 1960. So really exciting for Iowa. I like Iowa, believe it or not. I know some of you may not believe that, but I really do like them, and it will be good to see them to be able to get into the college football playoffs, but I just don't see them getting past this one. So we'll see what happens, guys. Let me know, Penn State fans, do you believe Sean Clifford is the best quarterback Iowa has faced? Iowa fans, do you believe this is the biggest game since 1960? Am I missing something here? And, of course, guys, let me know what you think about the prediction and how you're going to get paid to watch this one. Thanks, as always, guys. Really appreciate the support. Enjoy interacting with you in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Love chatting with you. Talk to you soon, and have a great and wonderful day. Take care, guys.